What's up, Steelers Nation? We're back with another exclusive update as the team continues to evolve, adjust, and above all, get better. The goal in Pittsburgh has always been one thing: championships. And to do that, you have to keep your best players, build around leaders, and silence the outside noise. So before we get into this blockbuster news that has the whole NFL talking smash, that like button to help this video reach more Steelers fans, and if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe for daily Steelers content. Now let's get into it, Steelers fans. It's finally done. Star linebacker and future Hall of Famer TJ Watt has officially agreed to a 3-year, $123 million extension with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And yes, $108 million of that is fully guaranteed. That makes him the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history, passing Myles Garrett's $40 million per year deal with the Browns. This contract not only locks Watt in through the 2028 season, but also sends a message to the rest of the league. Pittsburgh is going all-in. Watt will now average $41 million per year, which is simply unheard of for a defensive player. And you know what? He's earned every single penny. This extension ends months of speculation and debate, including concern over guaranteed money, age, and durability. But now, the Steelers have done what smart teams do: take care of their cornerstone leaders. Let's rewind a little. Just a few months ago, back in April, TJ caused some chaos on social media after posting a photo of himself flashing 2 fingers. It was cryptic, and Steelers fans were left wondering, was that a peace out to the team? At the time, Watt was entering the final year of his previous deal, a 4-year, $112 million extension signed in 2021 and scheduled to earn just $21.05 million in 2025. For a player of his caliber, that felt like a discount. Meanwhile, NFL insiders like Jeremy Fowler and Mike Florio added fuel to the fire by suggesting the Steelers were hesitant to extend him because of how he wore down late last season. You'll remember the losing streak that stretched from Week 15 to that ugly wildcard loss against Baltimore. And yes, Watt looked human down the stretch. Florio summed it up on Pittsburgh's 93.7 The Fan when he said, "You never pay a guy for what he's done. It's about what he's doing now and what he's going to do tomorrow." But here's the thing: Watt is still doing it. At 30 years old, he had 11.5 sacks, 6 forced fumbles, and played all 17 games in 2024. That's 6 seasons with double sacks out of 8. His career total now stands at 108 sacks in 121 games, all as a starter. Let that sink in. Watt isn't just a force. He's a franchise pillar, a Defensive Player of the Year 2021, and the soul of this Steelers defense. This deal may be massive, but it's the cost of elite talent in 2025, and the Steelers just proved they're willing to pay that price. This isn't just about Watt, it's about the message being sent from ownership, the front office, and Mike Tomlin himself. We are in win-now mode. Just look at the roster. DK Metcalf was added to give the offense a true WR1 threat. Jalen Ramsey, still playing at a high level, brings swagger and experience to the secondary. Jonnu Smith gives the offense versatility at tight end. And, of course, Aaron Rodgers, the 41-year-old QB with one last Super Bowl run in him, is under center. This team isn't building for the future. They're attacking 2025 with urgency. Locking up Watt fits that mission perfectly. Now, with all this excitement, some fans and analysts still have doubts, especially around head coach Mike Tomlin, after yet another playoff exit and a drought that goes all the way back to 2016. Critics began suggesting that maybe the Steelers and Tomlin should part ways, but the team isn't having it. Wide receiver Calvin Austin addressed those comments during a recent radio appearance and made it crystal clear: "We definitely, as a team, ignore that one." When coach comes in that Wednesday morning and outlines how the exact game is going to go, and it goes exactly like that, we can't say we don't know. He's giving us the game. At that point, it's on us to execute. That's a powerful endorsement, and it aligns with what team president Art Rooney said back in January, that moving on from Tomlin was never on the table. Yes, there were whispers that the Dallas Cowboys might target Tomlin if things fall apart again in 2025. And yes, he's one of the few coaches whose contract could be traded for picks. But remember, Tomlin signed a 3-year extension last offseason worth around $16 million per year. Unless something completely disastrous happens this year, Tomlin isn't going anywhere. Let's be honest, talent has never been the issue. In Pittsburgh, the team now has stars at nearly every position. The biggest questions are: can Rodgers stay healthy and recapture his MVP form? Can the offensive line give him time to throw? Will the new-look defense with Ramsey possibly playing safety and Watt locked in gel fast enough to dominate? And perhaps the most important, can Tomlin finally get this group over the playoff hump? With Watt secured, the Steelers have removed one more distraction heading into training camp. No more contract drama, no more holdout threats, just football. This is the most talented Steelers team in years, maybe even since the early Ben Roethlisberger days. And it's clear the front office knows that the time to strike is now. No, the Steelers' wide receiver room has been completely shaken up this offseason. First came the blockbuster trade that brought DK Metcalf to Pittsburgh, a massive headline-grabbing move that got fans hyped for what this offense could become. But just as quickly as excitement was building, the team flipped the script again. By shipping George Pickens to the Dallas Cowboys, that decision still stings for many fans. Say what you want about his attitude, Pickens was one of the most explosive players on the roster. And while the return for him was respectable, the room undeniably lost some talent. Sure, the Steelers added Jonnu Smith at tight end, which helps, but let's not pretend that solves the WR issue. Smith is a valuable piece, but he's not going to stretch the field or beat elite corners one-on-one like a true WR1 or WR2 can. Sound familiar? It should. Last season, the Steelers took a wait-and-see approach to. They rolled with what they had, and everything looked fine until George Pickens got hurt late in the year. After that, the offense sputtered badly. It became obvious that they lacked depth and playmaking ability in the WR cores. That's why the team brought in veteran Mike Williams in a trade with the Jets near the deadline. And while he had one big splash play against Washington, let's be honest, he didn't do much else in the black and gold. Fast forward to this offseason. The Steelers knew they needed help again. Fans expected a splash, and the perfect option was staring them right in the face. Keenan Allen. Let's talk about the domino effect. On Thursday, Mike Williams officially retired from the NFL. That came as a shock to a lot of insiders. Most people thought he'd stick with the Chargers, the team that drafted him, and ride it out for another season. But now, with Williams gone, there's a clear, open roster spot in Los Angeles, and one name immediately stands out as a fit: Keenan Allen. Allen, also a longtime Charger, remains a free agent, but it's widely believed that he's just waiting for the right opportunity. He's not signing for the money. He's looking for the ideal fit. And now, with that spot open in LA, it's almost too perfect. Why this matters for the Steelers? Let's be real, Keenan Allen would have been the perfect addition to the Steelers' offense. Even at age 33, he's still a technician, a reliable route runner, and a sure-handed target, exactly what you want, alongside DK Metcalf and Calvin Austin. Adding a veteran like Allen would give this WR core a whole new dimension. It would also ease the pressure on younger receivers and give whoever starts at quarterback, be it Will Howard, Mason Rudolph, or someone else's safety net. But now, if Allen goes back to the Chargers, Pittsburgh will be left on the outside, looking in, yet again passing on a prime opportunity to upgrade at a key position. Here's where things get even more interesting. By all accounts, General Manager Omar Khan is comfortable with the current roster. Reports suggest that the Steelers might wait until training camp to evaluate the need at wide receiver. That sounds great in theory. Let the guys compete and see who steps up. But if Keenan Allen is gone by then, if he signs with the Chargers, in the next few days, that ship sails. And then you're left scrambling again like last year. Once Pickens went down, everyone knew the WR depth wasn't good enough. History is screaming at Pittsburgh not to repeat that mistake. Yet the front office seems content to sit and wait. If Allen signs elsewhere, there are still a few names out there. Amari Cooper is one of them. He's another veteran who could be a difference maker, though he's reportedly asking for a sizable contract. Other options, much less exciting. You're talking about stopgap guys or young, unproven receivers that probably won't move the needle. Which brings us back to Allen because he was the best remaining free agent WR who could contribute immediately and play. At a high level, one thing is certain: training camp will expose whatever holes still exist in this offense. If receivers struggle to create separation, or if injuries hit again, the need for a proven veteran will be undeniable. And by that time, it might be too late. Let's hope it doesn't come to that, but as of now, it's looking more and more likely that Pittsburgh is going to miss out on a golden opportunity. So now it's your turn, Steelers Nation. What do you think of TJ Watt's record-breaking contract? Was it the right move to make him the highest-paid non-quarterback ever? Or do you have concerns about age and war on tear? And how about Mike Tomlin? Do you still trust him to lead this team to a Super Bowl? Or are you one of those fans who thinks it's time for new blood on the sidelines? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We read every single one. If you enjoyed this update and want more exclusive Steelers news, bold predictions, and locker room insights, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a beat. Until next time, here we go, Steelers.